certified gemologists have that nobody else has. And that's the accredited gemological equipment they work with to be able to make the right calls on diamonds and other gemstones. At Underwoods, we have an accredited gem laboratory that our certified gemologists work in, assuring you the quality and value you deserve. At Underwoods, in San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Meet Mike Lester.
Talent is not going to be the right choice for every single person out there, right? Because everybody is different. We do well when our clients do well. We're literally sitting on the same side of the table with them. We're in this together.
Yeah.
When you do well, I'll do well. Once we have that understanding, then we can come up with a plan that's designed to help you be successful in retirement.
Find out more at guardingyournestegg.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Florida license D056341.
Why go big or go home when you can go epic and save thousands at Arlington Toyota? Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Corolla LE for only $89 a month. A new 2025 Camry SE for only $129 a month. Need an SUV? Then lease a new 2024 RAV4 XLE for only $199 a month. Our friends at Arlington even have epic lease savings on trucks, too. Go epic and save thousands during the Epic Lease Savings event at Arlington Toyota. Shop ArlingtonToyota.com today. Visit ArlingtonToyota.com/October for full details.
Firearm-related injuries are the leading cause of death among children and teens. In our community, the number of patients admitted to Wolfson's Children's Hospital for firearm-related injuries has increased more than 30% since 2021. It's important to know the basics of firearm safety and how to store them unloaded, away from ammo, and locked up. Learn more at go.baptistjacks.com/gun safety.
Survivors of domestic abuse, you are not alone. Hubbard House provides free, confidential shelter and support for survivors in Duval and Baker counties. To learn more about the resources available to you, visit hubbardhouse.org or call the 24-hour hotline at 904-354-3114.
This weekend, unplug. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. After missing the last 4 games with a third diagnosed concussion of his NFL career, Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa will return to practice this week. The team is aiming for him to be back Sunday against the Cardinals. Tua addressed those worried about him playing again.
I appreciate your concern. I really do. I love this game, and I love it to the death of me. That's it.
Without Tua, 2-4 Miami's averaging just over 11 points a game this season. An MRI revealed Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has a ruptured right Achilles. His season is over. Third straight year that Watson's season will end early because of suspension or injuries. Yankees lefty Nestor Cortez likely will be on the World Series roster. He's been on the injured list with a flexor strain. Cortez would be a reliever against the Dodgers if he does indeed return. NBA Pelicans guard Trey Murphy III agreed on a 4-year, $112 million rookie extension. Michigan's not committing to its starting quarterback ahead of the Michigan State game. The decision depends how practices go this week. The Wolverines this season have used Davis Warren, Alex Orji, and Jack Tuttle.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Lions, Packers, Commanders. I'll tell you which team now sits atop my challengers to the Chiefs at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. It's unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Yeah! Welcome in.
It's so.
You okay?
It's so extra. It's so,
I started yelling, and then I had a cough. What am I supposed to do?
Cause and effect? Is that what you're saying?
A little bit.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? I'll just drink a little bit of this water.
Should you? Sounds like you shouldn't drink any more of what you just had.
All right, I'm better now.
What are we doing?
Hey, everybody. What a happy Monday. No?
No.
Not a happy Monday?
Why would it be a happy Monday, Aaron?
Because for the second time in the 2024 NFL season, we have another elusive Victory Monday to celebrate. No?
No, I mean, I disagree, but
okay.
I don't disagree with the facts that you just said. There was a win.
All right, yeah.
Some people want to celebrate, but yeah.
I would like to celebrate. You don't like celebrating?
It's, I'm a big picture guy. You understand that you're a big picture guy. I don't deal with the details. The little minions, they deal with details.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself a big picture guy.
You're a big picture guy. You've said that. Are you lying then or are you lying now?
I don't feel like I've said it, but I mean, this is not what's up for debate right now. What's up for debate is you're mad the Jaguars won.
No, I'm not mad.
It does seem like you're a little bit mad.
I'm just not ready to be happy and celebrate, Aaron. That's all.
Okay, so if you're not going to be happy.
Okay, we're doing this. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm good.
If you're not going to be happy, what are you going to be?
I'm going to just not be mad, but I'm not going to be happy, Aaron.
Okay.
They beat the Colts that were missing 50 guys off of their roster that they started the season off of. And they beat Drake May, get you fired.
That's true.
And it took about halfway through the first quarter before we realized, okay, they're going to win this game. This feels like a team that's going to win about 5 games and not get Travis Hunter or not get one of the top 2 or 3 picks.
All right. Well,
I don't.
Before you get to not get Travis Hunter and not get top picks.
Why not? Why? Why not? Oh, because it's the start of the show. Okay.
No.
I'll ease up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. We jump right into the fire, Brian. You want to light this thing on? You want to spread the gasoline, throw the match in, jump in with all 3 feet. Let's go.
I was ready to move on.
No, moving on. I'm just saying, as of today,
no.
If the season ended, Jags have the 7th pick. It's not like you're not getting a quality player at 7. So you don't sit here and lament winning against the Patriots.
I am big picture. It's not about beating the Patriots on the bigger scale. It's about they've only beat the Colts and the Pats, which are terrible. Well, at the time, were terrible teams. I know the record of the Colts doesn't mark them as a terrible team. I don't really think they are. But if we're going off of the murderous row that we're about to see them go through, the Jags.
The NFC North on deck, yeah.
Colts are a level below probably that group that we're about to see over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Hey, Aaron, I've said it a month ago. If this team is not going to win 10 games, I'm not talking about getting to the playoffs, sneak into the playoffs, and win 1 wild card game. If this is not going to be a squad that's going to make a significant run in the playoffs, it needs to be blown up somewhat, to the point where we don't recognize many of the pieces of this organization going into next year.
All right. We'll leave it at that for now because it's a wonderful tease. I would love to dig into what people think blowing it up looks like, because the trade of Roy Robertson Harris kicked off a bunch of conversation last week around who might get traded, when they might get traded, why they might get traded. And I still think there are a few names kind of hanging out there in the ethos before the trade deadline passes, which, by the way, I think is fairly soon. So we will jump into that in a little bit. Also ahead on the show today, got lots of NFL content, right? Yesterday was a big day, Sunday in the NFL. We saw a couple of surprises, a couple of things that were disappointing to me. How'd he do, Aaron Rodgers? A couple of things that might have been disappointing to you, Brian, like Andy Dalton not being able to get it done.
Nah, not at all. Carolina has a mission. They understand their mission.
Mission is what? Number 1 pick?
Come on. How you do it? Come on.
Is that the mission? Number 1 pick?
It's the mission.
Because right now, just like they do in the NFL games, they are losing in the race for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, they are. Which is also just a part of their DNA. Just losing at losing.
Now, the thing they do have going for them, not to harp on the Geechee Cats here, but they have the 11th hardest strength of schedule remaining compared to the Patriots at 25. So the Patriots actually have a shot to steal a game or two, especially if Drake May continues, even though we all know the truth about Drake May.
Drake May will get you fired.
That being said, the Panthers actually have a shot. You know who's got a better shot, though?
Who?
Ooh, the Cleveland Browns.
Good for them. No.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Wow.
The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, wow.
That is actually the full name of their franchise.
Oh, okay. How you spell that last part? I got you. Okay.
The Cleveland Browns thought they got some, I hesitate to call it good news. I don't want Myles Garrett and Jameis Winston yelling at me. But the Cleveland Browns, who wanted to put Deshaun Watson on the bench, now don't have a choice but to put Deshaun Watson on the bench. Deshaun Watson has been confirmed, does have an Achilles injury. He's looking at the Aaron Rodgers surgery. But I think people thought that meant it was Jameis time, and it was very much not Jameis time against the Bengals. DTR comes out, struggles on the day, hurts his finger. Turns out his finger's okay, but it looks like Watson is now done for a year. And what does that mean? Well, Brian, if Deshaun Watson decided to walk away from the Browns, they're still on the hook for the money. Still on the hook. My guy can retire, become a beet farmer somewhere in Ohio or something, open up a chain of massage parlors if he chooses to do so. Be hard to recruit some employees. I understand how that works. Not his part of it, but just why it would be hard to recruit employees. That being said, Browns are still on the hook. It is not looking good for the Browns moving forward. We'll talk a little bit about why it's so hopeless for them and who else is it hopeless for, not just in 2024, but beyond. We'll also hear from some of the big players from Sunday's Jags win. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence with a great day. Tank Bigsby with a great day. Brian Thomas Jr. with a great day. But we begin the show with a little bit of breaking news. Mike DeRocco and the rest of the NFL reporting just minutes before we got on the air. The Week 9 game between the Jaguars and the Eagles has been flexed. Is that funny to you?
Oh, yeah. You know why? I was creating the schedule to send to Kirk.
Yeah.
And I saw that, hey, November 2nd, we ain't got no Sunday, man. One less thing for all of us to worry about.
All right.
Apparently, it's changed.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, that's changed.
So
okay.
now you're in the you're in the loser circle. Okay. Well, the Jags were going to take on the Evils.
Yeah, you meant that.
I did.
Because you said it strongly. There you go.
The Jags were going to take on the Evils November 3rd at 8:20 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That game's been moved to 4:05 p.m.
Oh, I thought it was London time. I thought it was 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Man, get that game out the way.
Yeah, they're not actually in London. They would just prefer if they played that game before anybody was watching any football. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Dang, you got flexed out of Sunday night.
Not only did they get flexed out of Sunday night, who did they get flexed for?
Please don't say the Texans or the Colts.
Minnesota versus the Colts.
That's an intriguing game to me.
You know what I mean? Like you flex out the Eagles and the Jags.
Oh, boy.
To watch the Colts take on the Vikings.
They're 4-3. Man, look, man, Steichen. Hey, man, he's got another year, and here we look at him. We're getting close to the midway point.
Doing better than we are.
And he got him playing again.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling quarterback. So, hey, man, that's crazy, though. They got Sunday night football, huh? They're like, nah, playing your night.
Like, you know what, Jags? You guys can take the night off. You figure it out.
Roger Goodell was like, nah, we good on that.
We're fine.
I'm not watching that for 3.5 hours on the national stage.
You guys hang out during the day. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of the rest of it.
Get your tickets to the game. You want to be there so bad.
Literally every comment in the comment thread is, really, the Colts? They go, I understand the Jags getting flexed, but the Colts?
Oh, okay. So people are reasonable. I got you.
They're like half and half reasonable. But, you play to the level of your schedule, I guess, at this point.
Is anybody just downright just like, nah, the Jags are getting
they're getting
hosed out here?
Yeah. No, not one person. All right, Trevor Lawrence's mom was in the comment thread going, I get it, but the Colts?
Oh, boy.
But let's rewind a little bit because the game was something to celebrate, Brian. I don't know what your situation was for game time. I know you're not happy about it because it came against the loser of a franchise and the Patriots right now, but win's a win, man. Win's a win. And if you're seriously one of these people who wants the team to tank for a cornerback, I can't get with it.
It's not that, Aaron. You're so, I can never say this word because of the list that keeps coming back. You're so disingenuous. It's that part, the ish.
That's tough.
Disingenuous.
Ingenuous.
Disingenuous. Oh, man, if I could just say is after disingen.
You know who struggles with that word?
Me.
Jordan Schultz. I mean, there's a lot of Gallagher happening when Jordan Schultz says disingenuous. You got to throw on the poncho. You need the umbrella.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what the radius of that is. Anyway, Aaron, my point isn't I'm not willing to celebrate a win.
I believe it's pronounced celebrate.
because I want Travis Hunter in a Jags jersey. It's, again, I don't want this to be something where they start to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they figure it out to the tune of 5, 6, 7, 8 wins.
I get why that's frustrating.
I don't want that.
I get why that's frustrating. And then you get to the draft and you feel like you're not getting as good an impact player as maybe you could get for the pain you have felt for this season.
Or people that don't need to be a part of the Jags any further, regardless if they on the field or off the
Get
field.
a stay of execution. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just sitting here going, man, if the team right now is what, 2-5?
Yeah.
And you end the season at like 8-9, right? What's that mean? You win 6-4? I mean, not good enough to feel good, in my opinion. If you ended 8-9, I don't know that you can go, well, we went 6-4 in the last 10. Like, so what? But if you go 8-3 and you mess up your draft pick, you could still turn around and be like, you know what, though? This is what we were supposed to look like. So, yeah, maybe it took a little time to get there, but that happens for a lot of teams. And just like you're talking about, where you get a stay of execution on names like Pederson and Press Taylor and Ryan Nielsen, where you're still messing around with Eric Armstead at defensive end or whatever the nonsense is that you want to do. I get the frustration there, but if all of that results in 8-3, can't you go, all right, well, maybe it works if everyone participates in the offseason. Maybe it works if they play some preseason games.
All right.
No?
No. Fool me once, fool me twice. The fool is me.
The third time it's disingenuous and the fool is me.
Fool been me. After the first time I was fooled. I was fooled back in 2022.
Okay.
I was fooled back then.
All right.
Okay? Because they did figure it out. And it was a magical run.
I don't think you were fooled. Because it carried over. They were that same team last year. Until week 12.
And now they're that same team from last year.
Well, I don't know. They're on a one-game win streak. Doesn't look the same to me. You know how rare one-game win streaks are for the Jags this year? It's only happened twice.
If you want to be happy about the Jags win, I'm with you. I want the Jags to win.
All right.
But this feels like this is going to Aaron, we're going to be here if we're fortunate enough next year.
Yeah.
And your first scenario
You're talking
plays
about
out.
me and you. If me and you are fortunate enough to be here next year.
Because the great because June boy of 2024 taught me that, hey man, listen, our parking lot can get empty real quick.
Things change.
But my point is, and they go 8-9.
Hey, what happened?
Exactly.
Looking out the window going, I used to have coworkers.
Well, I can park everywhere. You see that? Next to the engineer's
VIP
open.
parking lot. All right. Yeah. I could have 3 offices now? Oh, that's fantastic.
Stop playing with me. One for the interview, one for the green room.
They only show it no guests to have a green room. Love it.
Yeah, but if that first scenario were to play out, 8-9. Oh, Aaron, I sound so crazy, like I'm talking out of both ends of my mouth.
All right.
I hope against hope that we don't go 8-9. And I understand what that looks like the rest of this season if we do. That's a good feeling. Even if it's just 6-4, you're just like, okay, we got to have a win streak somewhere in there, at least a 2-win win streak.
Yep.
And, probably don't have a losing win streak in there, but you could. But you win more than you lose. Things probably do look a lot better, but you're going to hear those post-game, that final season-ending interview, especially if they look great down the stretch going 8-9. I can't take it. And I think a lot of people in Duval cannot take a scenario like that. So if you're going to suck, go ahead and go back to sucking, even if some of you guys kind of figured out Trevor to BTJ or Tank Bigsby or, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, they hit some numbers or that we're not used to seeing them hit. Fine, you can do that, but I'd rather you go ahead and win 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, and let us just be upset and restart the whole thing with a few of the key pieces that you have on the team right now.
I wanted to read you some of these Trevor Lawrence numbers over the last 3 games.
Okay.
All right. Jags are, what are they, 1-2 over the last 3? When was the Colts game? Was it 3 games ago?
Yeah, they're
so they're 2-1.
Yeah.
Over the last 3, Trevor Lawrence is 66 of 89. That's a 74.2% completion percentage. 798 yards. That's 266 a game. I bet that's way above his career average. 5 TDs, 2 interceptions, 110.6 quarterback rating. And that's a quarterback that could take you to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Trevor's locked it in.
Huh?
We know BTJ is locking it in. We know Tank has been locking it in the last 3 games. The offensive line seems to be playing better, or at least looks better with Tank in the game.
With Walker Little at the left tackle position. Yeah.
Evan Ingram back on the field playing well.
Yeah.
Tyson Campbell back on the field, showing up yesterday. Like, there are reasons to think the team is ascending. You do have to give at least a little bit of credence to the fact that they were dealing with some significant players out with injuries.
Absolutely.
Big
Aaron.
pieces.
I'm with you.
And so if they can turn it around for the rest of the season, as maddening as 8-9 missing the playoffs would be, you can at least look at it and go, at least we're not the Browns.
That's incredible hearing you talk
We're
like
not
this
the
right
Titans.
That's the bar?
Did you see the stat on the Titans from yesterday? On first down, once they were up 10-0, and they were up 10-0 pretty early on the Bills. Once they were up 10-0, for the rest of the game, Brian, 3+ quarters, net yards on first down were 0. Will Levis literally could have said hike and spike the ball every first down for the rest of the game, and it essentially would have been the same output. Kidding. It would have been a better output because no turnovers on first down. Okay, so that is not the situation you've got in Jacksonville. You are not stunted, frozen, cryogenically on a 37-yard line. The team can move the ball. Situationally, this team struggles.
Aaron, again, there's nothing that you've just said that's incorrect, including at least we're not the Browns. At least we're not the Titans.
Ooh, yeah, come
in
on.
the scenario that they turn this around and it goes to 7-10, 8-9, heck, 9-8. Fine. That's not the bill of goods I was sold going into last season, and granted injuries, and even into this season. Because all I heard was, you know what? Yeah, there were some problems, but the injuries don't happen. That 8-3 probably turns at least into 10 wins. Fine. I'm not moving the goalposts no more. If it looked the same way that it looked in 2022, people need to go.
Okay. I don't even think that's wrong, right? Like, someone needs to be held accountable. I'm with you. I just don't know who to hold accountable at this point. Because I don't think Doug should get fired right now.
Well, no.
I don't think had he lost to the Patriots, he should have gotten fired.
Yeah, okay. If it looked like that Bears game, which it started off.
It did start off rough. Drake May marched down the field, and I was like, oh, when Merrill Hodge is talking about Drake May getting you fired, he was talking to Doug Pederson. Merrill Hodge is like, hey, Dougie.
Drake May will get you fired.
And Doug's like,
yeah, sure. Okay, I'll take it into consideration.
Well done, man. That only comes with time and reps.
You call me DJ Double A.
Double A battery in the building.
You know what I mean?
Well done.
In any case, no, I don't think Doug should get fired. I don't think Ryan Nielsen deserves to get fired yet. The team is still learning the defense.
Yeah.
That he doesn't even have his full contingent out there.
I think it's fair.
Press Taylor might be a different conversation. I mean, but people have strong opinions on Press Taylor. Trent Baalke might be a different conversation. People have different opinions on Trent Baalke. But I'll tell you what, man, for those Trent Baalke haters out there, I was looking at the last 5 years or so of Raiders draft picks. The amount of players that they've drafted and signed to that team, forget that are no longer with the Raiders, that are no longer in the NFL, is dizzying. I look at the Saints. They were in cap hell this offseason. They're back in it again this offseason. There are franchises out there in way worse shape than the Jaguars right now. And I understand it feels like a moral victory.
No, and we all ain't going to make the playoffs if the playoffs started today.
Be like, hey, guys, we're not the worst. Okay, fine. But it's true. And so if you're looking for a reason, if you're looking for the silver lining, no, it could be worse. You could be forced to listen to this entire show, which, by the way, goes to 5 p.m. today. 904-362-9901 on the Aaron Schachter Show. Back in a few minutes.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690. Partly to mostly cloudy skies this evening. An isolated shower, especially south of Jacksonville and closer to the coast with the onshore wind. Overnight dropping down to the lower to mid-60s, 70s at the coast. An isolated coastal shower tomorrow. Partly cloudy, breezy, highs near 80. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, where now you can save thousands on buy one, get one on wedding bands, going on now through October 31st.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Jacksonville.
David Ammon here with Zero Res. Ammon, I can't believe it's been 20 years since we started Zero Res. Do you remember? You were only 7 years old and we had you cleaning the vans after school.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I've always had a job that taught me to work hard, take care of things, and to appreciate our good customers.
October is birthday month for Zero Res, so what are we doing for our customers?
Just say happy birthday Zero Res and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile and grout, upholstery, or area rugs.
Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
If it's time to replace your air conditioning unit, Snyder can help. Get 0% interest if you pay in full within 60 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Rich Jones here. Investing can be more about just filling a bank account. It's about having a secure retirement, protecting your family. Let DLP Capital help you to protect your why. Here's CEO and founder Don Wenner.
I started DLP Capital with an expectation that I could provide my family, my investors, my team members, and the families of my investors with awesome returns, limited volatility, and no losses, all while providing desperately needed affordable housing to the American workforce.
To get your investor's guide and learn more, dial ** invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
From every street,
Action News Jax is on the scene right now.
To every screen, when news breaks, minutes matter.
Moments ago, we got this update.
Where accuracy is the most important.
Tomorrow's a First Alert weather day as thunderstorms heat up in the afternoon.
Action News Jax Tanika Hughes, Ben Becker, and Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. We break the stories that impact you.
We're told it's a full-scale investigation.
Weeknights at 5, 5:30, and 6. Your #1 rated newscast is Action News Jax.
Jasmine is Northeast Florida's only LGBTQ+ youth center, offering health and mental health programs, housing supports, and teen and family initiatives. Jasmine is the safe place our LGBTQ+ young people need right now. Partner to support our effort. Visit jasmine.org today.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
ESPN.com is your home for all things ESPN 690. Find shows, podcasts, Florida State Seminoles football, contests, and more at ESPN690.com. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. Aaron Schachter is me. Brian Middleton is him. ESPN 690 is the station. 904-362-9901 is the phone number. Let's jump to the phones right away here. I believe we have Solid Take waiting in the wings. What's up, my guy?
Duval, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Duval! Brian doesn't want to hear any of that, Solid Take. Brian is mad.
I mean, I'm happy. I mean, but if I get too excited, I mean that means I have low expectations.
Yes,
I mean,
well,
I'm happy.
Don't you have low expectations now?
I
do.
No, I mean, I do. But I do believe we do have a good team. We should be better than what we are.
All right, Shad. That's fine.
We should have been a playoff team.
That's
we
fine.
should have been a playoff team.
Who says?
But
I know Shad Khan said, Brian, I know Shad Khan said, but why? Why should we be a playoff team?
Well, I mean, I feel like we do have the talent. Sometimes it's not about the talent. It's about how do you manage it? How do you use how do you work with what you have, man? Because it's like, I don't know if you play spades. You don't have to have a handful of spades to win a game.
Yeah.
Amen. As long as you know how to manage what you have, then you can win.
I guess here's my issue with the whole thing. I get Shad Khan saying it to the team. I get maybe even Trent Baalke saying it to Shad Khan in an effort to stave off having to write another cover letter. But I'm curious. I'm looking at this roster, and I'm like, where are we world beaters at what position? Because who I thought we had in the backfield is not who we have in the backfield this year. What I thought we had on the offensive line is not what we have on the offensive line this year. As a matter of fact, I think everyone has ranked us in the bottom 5 or 10 since the beginning of the season, except for people like me who are looking at. I remember being in this studio in the month of July going, maybe this is a top 10 defense this year. Boy, was I drunk on something.
I agree with you. I thought we would be.
So, who is this team better than? I love Devin Lloyd, Foye Oluokun, Josh Hines, Allen, Trayvon Walker. I think Eric Armstead's a talented dude, but as a unit, no, I don't think we're better than others.
No, and it's a reality check, and that's why I'm going to hit you with a few points here. You asked if somebody should be fired. His hands down is Trent Baalke, to be honest with you.
All right.
Yeah, he did some hit and misses for sure, but I would start with Trent. Why? Suge Knight said a long time ago, you got producers dancing in the videos.
All up in the videos, dancing.
All in the videos.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
one
thing people don't know about, and this is inside information, man, Baalke, he has his hands too much in the mix. He's not one of those GMs that just manages the team and put the team together. No, he also tries to be like the junior coach.
Interesting.
And that puts a lot of pressure on the coaches. How do you feel like a coach if you're not coaching your own team, if you don't have the control that you should have as far as on the field? You manage the office, you build me a product, I go on the field, I manage the product. When you're mixing that up, it's a problem. And I feel like that's a bit of the issue right there. They're not getting along, obviously. And hey, at the same time you're trying to run this team, you put this team together. So it starts with you. All right? So I would say a GM would be the first to go, and you don't have to switch up your coaching in order to let a GM go. You can fire him and, get the next, person in line, because I'm pretty sure. But I'm not even going to speak on Coach Peterson, because I really love him, and I wanted him to be the coach from the beginning. So, but I really feel like we can switch out on Baalke, and I love the idea of that Detroit offense it's efficient, man. I don't know if Ben could come here and do the same thing, but it's efficient.
Well, I'll tell you who believes he would. Pete Prisco thinks Ben Johnson is hot to trot for the Jaguars. I find that hard to believe, but okay.
I mean, think about it. Everything that Detroit has, we have. They have a good quarterback. Goff was not an elite quarterback before he got to Detroit.
No, I understand
that made him good.
I understand
They got a two-headed running back. We got a two-headed running back. They have
a little timeout, because they have a little bit of a different beast in the backfield than we've got. You're telling me that Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are in the same line as Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne, I'm going to tell you, you're drinking a little bit of that Kool-Aid.
Really? You're that high on David Montgomery? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. David Montgomery is just a pounded running back.
He's great.
That's no different than Tank.
Yeah, he's fine.
And Etienne is saying, I would say he has the same elite skills as Jamar Gibbs. I don't see the difference.
Oh, I see a difference.
But what I do see a difference is the offensive line. That's the biggest difference.
Giant difference in the offensive line. Giant.
Yeah.
I'll also tell you that a guy like Sam Laporta, while he doesn't have the pedigree and the speed of a guy like Evan Ingram, I don't know. I see Sam Laporta dominate in that red zone. I see Evan Ingram putting in work in the end zone. I see Laporta dominate. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he is what we wanted Christian Kirk to be. We thought we had that in 2022, somewhat in 2023. It doesn't look the same between those two guys at this point. Jameson Williams, I'm willing to say BTJ has higher potential than Jameson Williams, but they're similar players. So to your point, yes, there are similarities between the team, but Ben Johnson's next move is going to be head coach, not to become the offensive coordinator of this team.
Of course, and I really believe he can come here and make a difference. I really do, offensively. It's just the defense that you have to get the right people in place for the defense.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's everybody can see now we made a mistake letting Caldwell go. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard too many voices out there agreeing with that. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. You're always here giving us some great takes. I haven't heard too many people echoing your sentiment on Caldwell, although you've said it a couple of times now. It's hard to argue. Hard to argue that point. A lot of people felt like Caldwell was a scapegoat after last year because we couldn't get rid of Press Taylor. And so you bring in a new defensive coordinator, and it does admittedly look worse. I played Prisco last week. Prisco hates it. He thinks they look like hockey guys, rotating and stuff. I wouldn't go that far. I think the rotating defensive line works for a lot of teams.
Forget the rotation. Mason Smith? There's another A in there, and I'm not trying to make fun of his name.
No,
but
not at all. It seems like you were absolutely being serious right there. Go ahead and say it for me again.
You know TJ says it correctly, and I cannot say it correctly for whatever reason. But Mason Smith, we know you're talking about. The second round pick.
On my name.
I need to. You know what I mean? Because if I ever bump into him in real life,
that's a big bump.
I'm going to be like, my name's Aaron Schachter, but let me introduce you to no. But for him to be a healthy scratch again?
Yeah, it's discouraging. It's discouraging. You don't want to see it. And you feel like it's a waste of resources, especially in a year where you're thin so many other places. Could have used 3 more corners this year. But, it's part of the problem. And it's not a problem you can foresee. It's not like Trent and Doug are in the offseason going, man, we are going to have a ton of injuries in the first couple of weeks of the year, so we got to reconfigure this whole thing. It's tough. But again, I think there are reasons to still have hope, and I hate to get you drunk on the elixir of hope. But it still exists, especially this season. Especially this season. You're finding a significant deficit of dominant football teams right now. You seem like the Chiefs just continue to win no matter what. Okay, fine. But have you watched the Chiefs game where you're like, these guys are unstoppable? So I don't think I've seen it this year. 904-362-9901 is the number to get on the Aaron Schachter Show. Let's head back to the phones. Lady Laura has called. Oh, my goodness. Lady Laura, welcome back to the show.
How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going good. We actually got a win under our belt again.
Look at that. And Brian's all mad about it. Tell him, Lady Laura.
Well, why is he mad about it?
Exactly. Why, Brian?
Because this is going to...
Because you hate fun.
They're going to meander their way to 6 wins. And mess up the draft pick there.
Look at that. 4 more celebrations, Brian. Come on, let's
there
celebrate.
You go. And everybody's going to stay from this season next year. That's why, Laura, if you must know.
Well, let me tell you, it don't matter where we pick in the draft. We're going to pick duds.
Oh.
None. We just can't. We tried to hit the best one, and we always seem to miss it by one.
BTJ is showing out right now, Laura.
Laura,
come on now.
Brian Thomas Jr. is wonderful.
Jerry
Jones is a good player.
Well, I was piggybacking on the last caller that you had. I agree with him. I think if we left the guy for the defense in there, I think we would have been a lot better.
Mike Caldwell, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, because now they're learning a whole different scheme.
Yeah.
It was on one page, and now we're on a totally different book.
Well, change is inevitable, Laura, as you do know. But I don't know that I disagree fully. I thought Caldwell had his moments. There were some bright spots, but don't you guys agree change needed to happen last year? Like, what would you have changed if you couldn't change Press Taylor? Where would you go? It's not like Caldwell was innocent.
Well, I don't know. We still need to do something on the offensive line.
Yeah. And will, no matter what.
I mean, we hit one good. So far we've had two good games where we actually look like a full team. The offense helping the defense helping the special team. We're all working in unison.
Yeah.
Now wait until next week when Green Bay comes in, and we'll probably fall apart.
See, look, Laura already knows.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
You're already calling it, Laura.
Out of the next 5, I don't see us winning, but maybe 2.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You come away with 2 after the next 4 or 5, and I would say that'd actually be a good thing. You got Green Bay in Jacksonville. You got the Eagles that has now been flexed to an afternoon game, but that's in Philly. You get the Vikings. That's in Jacksonville. You get the Lions. That's in Detroit. And then you go into the bye after that. By the way, the Texans are on the other side of the bye coming back to Jacksonville. That's a tough stretch.
I don't know.
But look,
I'm glad that we won.
Laura, and Brian, the Eagles are susceptible. The Eagles are not a great team this year. The Eagles are susceptible. Nick Sirianni is gettable. You got to look out for Saquon Barkley. The man is like a Terminator right now. That being said, the Eagles are beatable. The Vikings are beatable. Granted, you got to shut down the best human on the earth at wide receiver in Justin Jefferson, but the Vikings are absolutely beatable if you can do that. They've got a good defense. The offense will have their work cut out for them. The Lions, the Packers, those are going to be really tough games. There are very few weak spots on those teams, although the Lions are now struggling on the pass rush without Aiden Hutchinson. And by the way, the Texans have looked a little bit off kilter in the last couple of weeks. They're having a hard time keeping C.J. Stroud clean. There is a little bit of reason to hope, just a little bit. You got a little bit of reason for hope left. But to the point, if the record is 2-5 and they lose the next 5 guys, you're 2-10, and there is no hope in Whoville anymore, is there?
No. Yeah. No. We'll be talking about next year.
Yeah, despite the fact that after that, you've got the Titans coming up, you've got the Jets coming up, you've got the Raiders coming up, the Titans again, and the Colts. I mean, you want to talk about a parade of ineptitude. It's coming on the back half of the Jaguars' schedule.
Yeah, we should pick apart the Jets.
That's right. Just in time to lose that draft position.
Yeah, they ain't going no. I knew they wasn't going anywhere.
All right, Laura, you don't got to get insulting about it. Not everybody hates the Jets. Jeez. All right, I appreciate the call, Laura.
But I guess I'd rather be the Jags than the Jets. So.
I feel like everybody else feels the same way. Thank you.
We're right there with them, I guess.
I appreciate the call, Laura, once again. 904-362-9901. Man, she's not wrong. You look at the Jets and you're like, this is ugly. This is gross. Now, you want to talk about a team with too much talent to be 2-5. Look at Gang Green.
Yeah, boy.
Look at future Hall of Famers and Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Tyron Smith and C.J. Mosley, Sauce Gardner.
Garrett Wilson? Is he injured or something? I don't know. I don't follow the Jets at all.
Garrett Wilson took one off the shoulder pad last night that got intercepted.
Look at him.
And he's claiming he's the reason they lost. I'm like, I don't know how many people are going to argue with you, bud.
No, but there should be many more in line behind you saying the same thing.
But to the point, that's a roster too talented to be losing like this.
Did Aaron Rodgers
Jags didn't come in with Hall of Famers on the roster. Jags didn't come in here with Super Bowl MVPs on the roster. That's not what we're doing. Whenever I hear the roster is too talented, okay, everybody in the NFL has talent.
Aaron, that's fine. Everybody has talent. The people who said last year was the anomaly.
Yep.
Because of the year prior and the first half of last season, when they won a bunch of games, said all we need is to tweak at the edges. So us as the Jags faithful are going to believe them because they had that currency from 2022. And I don't know why they still had currency with with the Jags fans and some of the media. I mean,
because
not
it's
you.
easy to look at the team at 8-3 and see Trevor's injuries and go, that's what happened. We're still good.
But that's why, if you're going into this season, you're looking at the roster just like, all right, well, this is what they told me, and we got BTJ. You know, I mean, he looks like he's actually worth something.
They should be better. They should be better. But, again, significant injuries to kick off the season. Now, as you're getting healthy, you're going into the worst part of your schedule, so it may look worse than it is. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen. It sucks sometimes. Circumstances out of your control, it sucks sometimes. That's why you got to make the most of the opportunities that you do get when you are healthy.
You're not wrong. I don't disagree with that point.
Thanks.
904-362-9901. I would like to get to some of this player audio. Maybe we can do that when we come back. Cuts from Trevor Lawrence, Tank Bigsby, Brian Thomas Jr. Let's hear from the boys on the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. Back in a few minutes.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join us all season long as we get you ready for primetime NFL action every Monday night. Along with Kevin Harlan, Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, and the entire Westwood One team will take you inside the locker rooms and the stadiums for exclusive previews and all the play-by-play action. Every week on Monday Night Football.
Jacksonville's home for Monday Night Football is right here on ESPN 690.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. You get the idea. And now, get yours with $1 any size soft drink. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-900-4770, 904-900-4770. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-900-4770.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit Bueller Air ToyotaCare.com.
The inflation fighter is back and saving you thousands at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Right now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, just $500 down and $288 a month gets you a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma, just $500 down and $388 a month. You also get no payments till January 2025. It's all at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/save for details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to hims.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
Connect with us on Facebook.
What do you mean by that?
Search for @ESPN690Jax and check out the latest sports news, live stream, or show clip.
Now we talking.
ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. Brian and I was just looking at our picks from before the weekend. You know, me, you, and Doug picked some of the games.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, boy, we're coming after it.
I feel like you should be.
I mean, we didn't necessarily have a strong weekend. I didn't. I went 2-2. Duck went 3-1.
Good for him, man.
And then you went 1-3.
Yeah, man.
You picked
Somebody should be tied
Atlanta.
up.
You picked Green Bay, who won, but only by 2. Spread was 2.5. And you picked New England. You traitor. You smelly traitor.
Yeah, it's feeling good, too.
Right now, your record stands at 10-10.
But you know what? I'm not superstitious, but the doldrums the Jags find themselves in, now I got to pick against them until they prove me wrong. So,
well, you know what?
Green Bay.
Had you done that all season, you'd be 5-2 with it. It's a good record.
Yeah, maybe I should just play for the odds sake. But
it's a good record.
But no, this is to help the team. This is to help the city.
I understand. You're making a sacrifice.
Holy smokes, Aaron. You put it that way. I was like, man.
I understand now.
Let me go 5-2 the next 7 games.
Yeah, you're making a sacrifice.
Maybe.
Let's hear from Trevor Lawrence a little bit. The media, the gaggle, we're asking Trev some questions after the game. Specifically, everyone thought they needed a win against the Patriots to save Doug. Let's say, Trevor, how important was the win?
I mean, maybe it sounds bad. Just stop the bleeding. You know, for us, it's just get on track. We gotta find some momentum, and we gotta start rattling off some wins. It's just where we're at. And
does stopping the bleeding matter if you just keep bleeding again the next week every time?
Sure.
It matters.
Yeah, you know, you won't have that blood to bleed later on if you don't stop it earlier.
Okay, fair enough.
And we got to start rattling off some wins. It's just where we're at. And, I mean, that's always the mindset, but especially where we're at now. You know, we don't have any more time to waste, put ourselves in a little bit of a hole. So it is what it is.
Little bit of a hole. 3rd place in the AFC South. Just a little bit.
We've been in this situation before. We know what we have to do, and we know we have some tough teams coming up on our schedule. But, also saying that it's the NFL every week. Even if it's a team that isn't looked at as a Super Bowl contender, anybody can beat you any week. I mean,
he's not wrong about that. It's a tough league. Even the bad teams roll off some wins every season. You almost never see 0-16. You really almost never see a 1-win team unless you're in Carolina.
Hey, say it again.
I mean, it happened in the Jaguars. Happened in the Jaguars too, but it's just once. It's rare, is what I'm saying. It's hard to win in the league. Let's hear some more on how important this win was to Trev and the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was big for our team. We needed to win this game, and we did. So for us to understand the situation, our backs are kind of against the wall, and to respond the right way and get a win, I think that's great for our confidence moving forward. But
you heard it from Trevor. It was big. big for the team. Apparently, he gave a message to the offense after that turnover on downs in the red zone. Do you think the message included firmly putting the tablet down on the bench?
Rhetorical? Obviously not. You're asking. Maybe.
Who knows?
He's got it in him.
Seems like it worked the last time.
Okay.
Just to go score, I mean, take the game back into our hands.
Stop it.
Like you said, I mean, they stopped us. They had a big turnover on downs, and they went and scored, and we felt like we had to put together a good drive again. We still were in control. I think they went for 2 and didn't get it, so we were still up 2 possessions. So obviously you're thinking go score a touchdown, but the biggest thing, honestly, is put together a good drive, get into field goal range, and try to at least get 3 or go score. Obviously, if you
doesn't
can,
really sound like a
way.
message. It's okay, go score. I feel like that doesn't need to be said to the offense.
Aaron, who do you think is on the offensive side of the ball? Who do you think is the rah-rah guy? Who do you think is the guy who's like,
honestly,
all right, I'm fixing to lay into everybody. Everybody gather around. It's not Trevor.
Honestly, you know who I think it is? I think it's Gabe Davis.
Okay.
But honestly, I think it's part of the problem. Like Cam Robinson's a fiery dude. You don't see him lighting up into anybody. That's not what he does. Like, he'll go after the defense like they just kidnapped his kids or something like that. But he's not, like, going after Christian Kirk on a blown play. You know what I mean? So I don't think anyone in the offensive line really does that kind of thing. You know Trevor's not doing it. Etienne doesn't seem like the kind of dude to do it. Or Christian Kirk seems very mature, but it doesn't really look like his style to light into people.
Right.
Same with Evan Ingram. These are quieter leaders, in my opinion. BTJ, too new, too young. I look at Gabe Davis going, that's the only dude I see fired up screaming at people. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, the one we've seen the most of is him lighting up Trevor Lawrence. But for a reason. He's pretty much telling him, hey, man, I'm all open. You might be doing your little spin move back there, but I've been open for like 5-10 yards.
Now, I may not catch this ball when you throw it to me perfectly
in
my hands.
It may bounce off my fingers. It may literally bounce off this giant 0 in the middle of my chest.
But try.
But I'm open. Yeah, no, I think Gabe Davis is that guy. I do think that's part of the problem. You got a bunch of great guys in this locker room. You got a bunch of leaders in the locker room. But you don't really have anyone who's going to grab someone by the collar and shake him up a little bit. As much as I hate what Aaron Rodgers is doing in New York, I got no doubt in my mind when he sees something he doesn't like, he's in somebody's face about it.
He does it during press conference. He calls him out. Yeah, he does behind closed. Yeah, on the sideline. I believe it. He stiff-armed his ex-coach
on TV
who tried to congratulate him. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah. I agree. I think that Aaron Rodgers does that.
Why?
Yeah.
Who do you think is doing it on the Jags, if not Gabe Davis?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was trying to run the names through my head real quick, and I was like, what do you think? Because that right there, and it's not, to me, it's not a knock on Trevor.
It's just a personality trait.
Right. Just a mentality. It's just that's not you. But who is it? So that's a good point, Gabe Davis. I can see that.
Tank Bigsby's been playing amazing, out of this world. And obviously with Travis Etienne hurt, I'll put quotes around the word hurt. Because sometimes we hear about an injury we didn't see happen, and then a couple of weeks later a guy is traded. Oh, I guess I won't play it.
Well, I'm setting you up for a tease there.
Okay, fair enough. I wanted to hear what Tank thought about his opportunity with Travis Etienne out of the game. Because a lot of us think this is like sooner than later, we're going to see a change here in the starting lineup. And Travis Etienne is a highly skilled player. He's a highly skilled player.
Yeah.
But right now, Bigsby's running better, whether that's because Etienne's got a leg or a shoulder injury, or whether it's because he just doesn't run as violently as a guy like Tank. And Travis, you see him bust out to the corners, try and beat you to the edge, versus Tank, who's getting hit 3 times in the backfield and then running for 40. But Tank had some thoughts. We'll hear from Tank Bigsby after the Sports Center on the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901 if you want to jump in.
I'm Action News Jack's first alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Weather here is unique. It could be bright and sunny one minute and then a downpour the next. That's why mornings are when you need us the most. So you can plan your day, no matter if you're getting ready to go to work or working from your living room, getting the kids ready for school or ready for lunchtime. I'm on TV explaining how weather is going to affect your day and night ahead. So you're prepared for anything. I'll get you ready on Action News Jax this morning.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Poker players, brace yourselves. The World Poker Tour storms into Best Bet Jacksonville October 31st to November 19th, and the forecast calls for massive prize pools. Event 1 has a cool $200,000 guarantee. Event 6, a downpour of $300,000. And the main event, a flood of a $1 million guarantee. WPT Championship satellites are already brewing. Don't get left high and dry. Head to bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-900-4770, 904-900-4770. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-900-4770.
David Ammon here with Zero Res. Ammon, I can't believe it's been 20 years since we started Zero Res. Do you remember? You were only 7 years old and we had you cleaning the vans after school.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I've always had a job that taught me to work hard, take care of things, and to appreciate our good customers.
October is birthday month for Zero Res, so what are we doing for our customers?
Just say Happy Birthday Zero Res and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile and grout, upholstery, or area rugs.
Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The season is over for Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. An MRI revealed he has a ruptured right Achilles. Third time in as many years Watson's season has ended early due to suspension or injuries. There is a chance he's played his final game with Cleveland, says ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
He's got to come back. Wasn't playing great. He's going to have the surgery done on the Achilles. And they're going to have some decisions to make at that position. First of all, are you telling me that the Browns aren't going to go into the offseason and go place a high priority on drafting a quarterback as high as possible? Of course they are.
Schefter on the Pat McAfee Show. Dolphins aiming for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to return from a concussion Sunday against the Cardinals. Commanders QB Jaden Daniels week to week with a rib injury. He could play Sunday against the Bears. WNBA Players Union opted out of the current CBA, faces the prospect of a work stoppage if a new labor deal is not negotiated by the end of the 2025 season. Yankees lefty Nestor Cortez will likely be on the World Series roster. He's been on the IL with a flexor strain in his pitching elbow.
Hey,
it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Lions, Packers, Commanders. I'll tell you which team now sits atop my challengers to the Chiefs at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Don't mind me. Just sending Instagram reels to my beautiful wife. Brian, it's something you're missing out on by being a single dude.
Instagram.
You need a wife to be sending reels to.
Okay.
That's what all the kids are doing.
Kids are doing.
Yes, you know what I mean? I'm staying young.
I like that, man. Forever young.
Speaking of staying young, that's something my wife is not doing. Shout out to my wife who had a birthday.
That's
we just
impressive.
Celebrated.
Can I pull that? Can I put that as a clip?
Yeah, you can try. I'm going to go delete it right now. Like fine wine, Brian, she gets better with age. Also like fine wine. Too much of that, lady. I got a headache the next day. Come on.
Boy.
We're just having fun.
Oh, boy.
We're just having fun. That's all I'm doing. Let's get back to the Jaguars. It's a big victory Monday. I don't want to sully it with any of my nonsense. Brian's sitting here mad that the Jaguars won. How dare he? In any case, we were talking about Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne before we went to break. Obviously, Etienne sat the game out. He's got a shoulder injury, I believe. A couple of games ago was a hamstring or a leg. Now it's a shoulder, unless I've got that in reverse. I'll need to double-check those notes. But I did get a little bit suspicious because he did play through the injury, whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago. And then last week a little bit, obviously sparingly. We've seen a lot more Bigsby in the last couple of games than we saw last season, clearly. But you do wonder, is this like a Devontae Adams situation? It's one of those situations where a player wants to get traded and then suddenly has a magical injury for a few weeks while they work out the details. You hope not. I want to see Travis Etienne stay. I hope that's not the case. But still, they asked Bigsby, hey, man, what did this opportunity mean for you? Right? Was it an opportunity?
I just do whatever I have to do for this team to win, and my job, whatever my role is, whatever I have to do at my best ability. Take advantage of the opportunities, of course, but just come out and help this team win, and that's what I try to do at my best ability.
It's interesting if you could just parse through some of that word salad. He did say, yes, this was an opportunity, and he tried to do his best with it.
That man sounded like he was running for president just
a
now.
Little bit.
I was like, goodness gracious, man.
A little bit of the word salad. But like stuck somewhere in the middle.
To do at my best ability, take advantage of the opportunity.
There it goes. Yeah, it was an opportunity. Let's face it. Tank wants to be number one, RB1. And so he's taken advantage of the opportunity to do that. He's playing great. He's playing amazing. And the exact kind of back you need right now with an offensive line that is allowing dudes to get into the backfield. Because that's the other thing. If you've got a line that's opening up holes, there aren't much better than Etienne. I mean, he could be up in there in that elite class of hybrid running back. We saw it last year. He was on pace with McCaffrey for a while last year. But if you're talking about getting hit in the backfield, obviously Tank gives you the better opportunity there. All right, what does it mean, Tank, when you put up a great game like this at Wembley?
First, I just want to thank God for giving me this opportunity, honestly. And
he says you're welcome, but what else does it mean?
It's amazing. It feels, like you don't get too many opportunities in this National Football League. So when you get one, you have to take full advantage of them.
All right, man, you could have given that answer on the last question we asked you about. Could you not have? Like, had I said to you, hey, man, did you see this game as an opportunity with Etienne out?
Football League. So when you get one, you have to take full advantage of them. And do it at your best ability. And I felt like as we kept running the ball that the Patriots would get tired, and we just got to keep going. And we got to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I just took advantage of those opportunities because on film it showed like fourth quarter come, third quarter come, those guys will start arm tackling and they'll start loafing. So we just did what we had to do when those ops came.
Tell them, Tank.
Quit.
It's calling them out.
A lot of quit on the field.
Look, Jared Mayo said Patriots are playing soft right now. Like a soft football team. It's got nothing to do with Drake May, says Jared Mayo.
Wow. Well,
he says it's got nothing. He said, we're playing soft.
It's the nothing part that throws me off.
Tank's like, they're loafing.
Because on film, it showed like fourth quarter come, third quarter come, those guys will start arm tackling and they'll start loafing. So
loafing.
We just did what we had to do when those ops came.
Andre Cisco on the sideline shaking his head. A lot of quit over there.
Might have been looking at Patriots game tape instead of Jags game tape. Bigsby did not look good in the pass game, according to PFF yesterday, but certainly had a big game. Big game. You know who did look good in the pass game yesterday? BTJ. BTJ. Yeah. This dude, it seems like we have reason to get excited more and more every week. Shout out to me, by the way, for wishing we drafted this guy.
You
Clearly,
did.
Had I not done that, Brian, we would have been screwed.
Wow. I can't see.
What?
Very, very Coach Mayo of the New England Patriots. It's got one little issue of that statement.
What's the
screwed.
problem?
Depends on who else we would have picked at that.
We would have picked Terry and Arnold or Quinion Mitchell. Both of those guys struggling right now.
But do they struggle, here? I don't, what I'm saying?
I think the next wide receiver off the board was Ricky Pearsall. I mean, what good would that have done?
He probably wouldn't have gotten shot.
That's the only thing he's caught this season. That's not true. He caught
That's an incredible.
Time out. Time out. Can we pause? All right.
That's not me. Hey,
can you cut that part out of the show?
That's not. You want me to dump it out now? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Just cut that part out. We'll go back a couple of seconds because he did catch a pass this past weekend. So he's got 2 catches on the year. He's got 2.
You made me dump 8 seconds for that, man. All right, just to double down on the.
What's the double down? I corrected the record.
Yeah,
I don't want to be inaccurate.
There wasn't what do you call it? A retraction of the catching of getting shot. Joke, you just added on.
Well,
you made an amendment to that statement.
Well, I was just trying to be accurate. Like if Pearsall was wearing Garrett Wilson's jersey and shoulder pads, he would have been fine because the bullet would have just bounced off that thing. We saw that happen in the game. It would have been fine. Brian Thomas Jr. looked elite at times.
Yeah, congrats to you, Aaron.
At times.
You called it. You called it early on. I really like Brian Thomas Jr. I was like, Brian Thomas Jr.?
Allow me to take some of that shine away, though.
Okay.
I think people are getting a little carried away.
With what?
With the elite stuff. Because so far it's looked great. It's really looked good so far. Numbers are decent every game. But like 5 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown is a good line, right? On a team with Trevor Lawrence spreading the ball out to 7 different receivers, that's a great line. But if you're talking wide receiver 1, I heard Prisco talking about him. I'll play this clip here. I heard Prisco and Bryant McFadden talking about him going, this guy's in Jamar Chase potential area. I'm like, you need to see a little bit more from BTJ before you start throwing that around. Listen to this.
But it's safe to say Brian Thomas Jr. is their wide receiver 1. He's playing like it, and the ceiling is extremely high for what he could do within the organization.
It's Chase high. Jamar Chase high. That's what his ceiling.
He's getting a little carried away right now.
What's the problem?
Well, you haven't seen that kind of play from him to go, this is where he could go.
All right.
Like, it's one thing to go, he's playing really well, and I'll let Prisco finish. Go ahead.
I think he has a chance to be in that group. That's how good that kid is.
That's a little bit better than saying his potential is Jamar Chase. In that group, if you're talking like wide receiver 1 through 10, I'll be like, I think he's got an opportunity to do that at some point.
And he still doesn't know how to run routes yet. That's the amazing thing. You're starting to see him cross the field more, which is good. They didn't do that early in the season. Yeah. He's adapting to the NFL game. I think he has a chance to truly be among the elite of the elite in this league.
And it tells you about the respect, Logan, the Patriots had for him, because Christian Gonzalez, was following Brian Thomas.
It was a great point by McFadden, by the way. Talk about commanding respect from the best corner on the team, one of the better young corners in the league.
Gonzalez was following Brian Thomas, and you know what type of high-level corner he is, so that tells you about the film study and how they respected Brian Thomas for what he can do with Jacksonville.
It didn't seem to help, by the way, because Brian Thomas still went out there and showed improved. So, yeah, to the point, once he widens that route tree, I mean, dude is going to be super dangerous. But we've also had these experiences here in Jacksonville, Brian, where we get a wide receiver rookie year or second year and we go, whoa, that's a flash. That's nice. And then like the next year or the year after, you're like, what happened here?
This isn't a flash, though.
It doesn't seem like it, right?
I mean,
because not only is the dude fast, he fights for those balls. He fights for those balls, Brian.
Pause.
Contested catches, he's all over it. I didn't think that was happening with Brian Thomas when we drafted him. I thought we were drafting a speedster. I thought we were drafting a near uncoverable lightning rod. I thought you'd be sending Ingram and Kirk across the middle, and you send BTJ and Gabe Davis down the sidelines. Good night, Irene. But this dude is kind of doing a lot of that. Sidelines, middle of the field, screens. Can even run the ball, so he says. That's his opinion. I don't know. I have the same opinion, but he certainly has it. But here, this is how comfortable he is. He says he feels when he's running the ball out of the backfield.
I feel super comfortable running the ball. I was able to play running back a little bit growing up in high school and stuff like that. So,
don't you feel like when you have guys this good on the high school team, they play like every position?
Well, yeah. I'm just saying.
Quarterback, running back.
I played running back for 3 plays in week number 7 back in 2015.
And by the way, 350 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns.
That's why I feel comfortable.
Yeah,
that's why I feel good.
It just kind of feels kind of normal to me, just being able to play that, just getting the ball in my hands. And I feel like I'm a playmaker, so once I get the ball in my hands, I feel like I can make a play.
He's got that part right, for sure. He's really bonding very quickly with Trevor Lawrence, or at least it seems. I shouldn't say that they're bonding. I don't know what they're doing. But at least on the field, the connection is very apparent.
I'm very pleased with how our chemistry has grown and how we continue to grow each and every game. I mean, we just want to come out each and every game and just continue to get better and keep pushing just to be the best that we can be as a team.
Can we tear down the fourth wall of broadcast here for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like someone has gotten to Brian Thomas Jr.
How so?
Preparing him for these media arrangements.
Okay, yeah.
3 things he's doing that I've noticed now. On almost all of these questions, he starts off with a verbal crutch that buys him a couple of seconds to think. Did you notice that? Yeah. So here's his first one. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. Fifth one.
That's been the emphasis.
Yeah. That's just buying time.
I don't think that's taught, though. I think he's...
No, I don't think that's taught either. What I think is happening is rather than just shoot from the hip,
I see what you're saying.
He's trying to remind himself the new input he's had.
I got you.
So he needs a second to reset himself, and then he could go.
I like it.
Someone should get to him and be like, yeah, in that moment where you're going to do that, just take a breath anyway. Instead of making a noise, take a breath.
Yeah, now you're preaching to me, too, because tell you what, yesterday...
Oh, was it tough?
Pulling clip. Well, it's not tough, but sometimes you don't realize how much you
Well, again, it's a crutch.
Yeah.
You know, my crutches, I used to do a lot of meanwhile as a crutch.
That's better though.
Especially on the music side.
Yeah.
Because you'd pivot from one idea to the next.
Yeah.
A lot of people are uncomfortable with just a tiny bit of silence and then just doing the thought. But meanwhile is like wasted air.
It's a word though. I would choose meanwhile over
Yes. But you're not writing a comic book.
Okay.
Like, you don't need, meanwhile, ... You don't need any of that. You can just roll with it. So that's number one. He's given himself a few seconds to think at the top of the answer. Number two, pay attention here. Every question he's asked, he repeats in his answer like you're writing a book report, like you're writing a school essay. So they asked him about him and Trevor's chemistry. Brian says,
I'm very pleased with how our chemistry has grown and how.
They asked him about how pleased about his development is he.
I still got a lot of development to do.
They asked him about how comfortable he is running the ball.
I feel super comfortable running the ball.
They asked him about the mindset of the team moving forward.
That's been the emphasis, just sticking together and playing together, just playing for one another.
So like out of all those, maybe two of them, he's locked and loaded with the answer. The other, again, buying more time, active listening. You repeat the question in the form of an answer. But thirdly, there's a lot of vague, not necessarily cliche, but answers you could hear from anybody in any sport about anything.
Well, you know what happened, Aaron?
What's that?
Okay. You know what happened? In addition to probably more film study, maybe a comedy show, whatever Laura told, the team to do.
Laura did have some good ideas.
After the Brent Martineau, Andre Sisco exclusive.
Oh, boy.
PR
You think the whole team got it?
got the team for 4 hours on that following Monday morning.
Mandatory meetings.
And said, we going to walk this through step by step.
Did you have a beef with what Andre Sisco said about guys quitting?
Not at all. Not at all.
You think the team had a beef with it?
I think that we think that they may have had more of a beef than what actually, if there was any at all, Aaron.
If I had to speculate, and again, that's all this is. I got no insider info whatsoever. Even if I did, even if I had someone reaching out to me going, hey, here's the insider info, I'd be like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I'd rather speculate. Makes everyone mad. Everyone hates a speculation. If I had to speculate, I would imagine Doug Pederson hears Andre Sisco say that. Ryan Nielsen hears Andre Sisco say that. And they're sitting there going, yeah, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. I can't say it. Get chastised in the media. Doug said he almost got fired twice by the media. Not by Schott. Clearly, that's never happened. Never almost been fired by Schott Khan. But the media was ready. They threw his seat to the hottest of hot, nationally and locally, as soon as he said, look, players got to play better.
Who was in a hotter seat last week, Aaron? Verbal crutch. Mike Norvell or Doug Pederson last week?
I love that I'm now in your head with the crutch.
Well, I always call it verbal filler.
Same thing.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I would say to myself, but I like verbal crutch more.
It is a crutch. It's a bridge. It's just noise to help you think while you're not being silent. That being said, who was on a hotter seat, Norvell or Doug? Doug.
Last week.
Norvell just got a contract. Any week this season, Doug's on a hotter seat.
I'm telling you right now, that Duke game on last Friday, I could hear the chants through the radio.
Listen, I got a couple of Tallahassee fan friends. I just spent the weekend with one of them.
Oh, man.
And it is not fun for Tallahassee fans right now.
Meanwhile, Billy Napier is over here like, no, everything's cool. Everything is cool. Trust me, I got it under control. Like, what happened? Kind of Twilight Zone.
That being said, it would be somewhat expensive for Florida State to get out from under Mike Norvell at this point. You don't think it matters?
I think boosters can figure out anything if the fervor is high enough.
I think we believe that, but then you see other things during college football, you're like, why wouldn't they just pay to fix that? And they don't. So I don't know. 904-362-9901, still talking Jags. We just heard from Tank Bigsby and his thoughts on the opportunity where he's playing in front of Travis Etienne while Etienne's hurt. But is Etienne on the trading block? Because he just made a list of a local writer who thinks there are still 3 more potential candidates to be moved before the trade deadline. We'll debate him when we come back on the Aaron Schachter Show.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies this evening. An isolated shower, especially south of Jacksonville and closer to the coast with the onshore wind. Overnight dropping down to the lower to mid-60s, 70s at the coast. An isolated coastal shower tomorrow. Partly cloudy, breezy, highs near 80. From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, where now you can save thousands on buy one, get one on wedding bands. Going on now through October 31st.
Koala insulation.
Hey, this is Bruce.
And I'm Carrie.
We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Fall is finally here, and hopefully so are milder temperatures. But don't wait to insulate your home. Take advantage of 20% savings off our summer rates and start saving on those utility bills now and all those hot summers to come.
Give us a call and set up your free evaluation at 679-6282 or find us online at koalainsulation.com.
If you want to know why Arlington, rent a Toyota. That's why. It's not just a rental, it's a Toyota. Need an 8-passenger Sienna van? Rent it. Curious about all the new 2025 Camry features? Rent it. How about a fuel-efficient RAV4? Arlington has 25 in stock and ready to rent. Rent a Toyota at Arlington has plenty of hybrids, too. And Arlington's competitive rental rates make every mile amazing. Just go to arlingtontoyota.com and reserve your rental online today.
Hi, I'm Mike Lester, the founder of Talon Wealth and the host of the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show. Like you, I love this country, and I'm very thankful for those that protect us along with our freedoms. That's why for active military and active first responders, if you decide to work with us, Talon Wealth isn't going to charge you any advisor fees. We're happy to explain all the details, but most importantly, thank you for your service.
Visit guardingyournestegg.com to find out more.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Florida License D056341.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-900-4770, 904-900-4770. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-900-4770.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Could you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
Snyderman can help tell you whether it's time to repair or replace your system if you answer 8 quick questions on our website. Visit SnyderAC.com and get your answer in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
From every street,
Action News Jax is on the scene right now.
To every screen, when news breaks, minutes matter.
Moments ago, we got this update.
Where accuracy is the most important.
Tomorrow's a first alert weather day as thunderstorms heat up in the afternoon.
Action News Jax Tanika Hughes, Ben Becker, and Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. We break the stories that impact you.
We're told it's a full-scale investigation.
Weeknights at 5, 5:30, and 6. Your #1 rated newscast is Action News Jax.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, you.
What's good, my boy?
Connect with us on Instagram. Search for @ESPN690Jax and check out the latest sports news. We're ESPN 690.
What?
We are ESPN 690.
As long as we tracking.
Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
Welcome back. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. We could just jam to this. That's fine. Taking a look at the Jaguars roster. What? Why is that so funny to you?
As you pause and you let it no.
Yeah, just like that.
Doesn't let you
I didn't say
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you were trying to figure out what your next move was?
Yeah, I was just sitting here looking at all my stuff. I was like, let's look at all my stuff. No, I wanted to talk to you guys about potential trade candidates. Because as happy as we are that the Jags won, I don't think anyone out there is thinking that this team's going to the playoffs this year. Are you? Still believe?
Define believe.
Playoffs? Oh.
Define playoffs.
All right. Look, it doesn't have to be they're definitely going to believe they could go. I would think the majority of Jaguars fans think the playoffs are out of reach.
Out of reach.
Like they haven't been eliminated officially.
But
looking at this schedule, the next 4 or 5 games coming up, chances are you may end up losing a few. I think most fans are looking at that going, if there's a sliver of hope, it is extremely dim. I'm not exactly there yet. I think it is unlikely the Jags make the playoffs, but I think it's doable for sure. I mean, there is not a runaway team in the NFL this year. There are a couple of good ones. Certainly a bunch of ones that I think the Jags would struggle to win a game against. We'll see a few of them coming up over the next few weeks. But I will just say this. There are people you can trade from this team that don't necessarily sink the opportunity to play playoff football. I think there are a couple of those names. And I did see a piece written by our guy Carlos over at Black and Teal where he highlights a bunch of those names. But if that's correct, what you got up there on the screen, I would love to stop that conversation for a second and do this instead.
What you want, what you want, what you want.
Order in the court.
The Prison Report.
When the John Brown comes for you. That's the next part of the song. Naya, welcome to the show, man. Listen, this is why Naya's smart, Brian. This is why Naya's got the brains up there, down there. Where is it? Up there in Maryland. This is why Naya's smart. Naya knows a guy like me doesn't work Friday too often around here. He's like, maybe Monday's the day to call.
Okay.
Maybe Monday's the day to get it done.
Fair.
Naya, welcome back to the show, man.
Whoa, what's up, bro?
Also,
man.
I do think the coolest part about that just now was that you were laughing while Brian was talking. So Gary's got to be sitting home wondering if he's in trouble.
That's right.
Now.
Look at you.
You know what I mean?
Look at it.
But Gary will just say we planted it with a recording anyway. Go ahead, Naya. I'm sorry to cut you off. Tell me, what'd you see yesterday?
Oh man. What I seen that run game be established, man. And I was stressing that.
You were.
Man. Get the run game going, and like I was just talking about BTJ. You know what I'm saying? And I know it was a 1-5 team. You know what I'm saying? 1-4 team, but it don't matter. Win is a win in the NFL, man. And we just got to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. The teams that's in front of us. I'm psyched. I'm pumped. You know what I'm saying? I got my chest out right now. Hopefully this lasts for another week.
No doubt.
Yeah. And yeah, man. Let's just get this run. Let's keep the run game going. Bill, I don't mean to cut you off, right? But Bill Belichick was saying on Pat McAfee show this morning earlier that about our run game. He was like, "Yeah, man, you gotta give Trevor that run game, man. Take the pressure off him.
Sure.
And then you get the play action going on. You know what I'm saying? So
that's one thing about Belichick.
Really just keep going.
Yeah, that's one thing about Belichick because all those years with Tom Brady, he'd usually have a 2 or 3 headed running back monster back there. He'd have James White catching the ball out of the backfield. He'd have a guy like Dion back there running the ball. He'd have a few of these guys who could be options for him week to week. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Jaguars are trying to rebuild that in the backfield also between Dearness Johnson and Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby, although Dearness Johnson seems to duplicate a little bit what Travis Etienne can do outside of the run blocking, which clearly Etienne struggles with the chip blocking. They put Dearness Johnson in there to throw some chip blocks at these guys. So fine, that's the 3-headed monster for you. But pass catching, Etienne's got it on lock. Tank Bigsby's got the run after the contact on lock. I mean, as long as that's working, Trev can get the ball out there. I thought it looked great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm talking about everybody. I was like, I didn't get to see it. I was at work. And so by the time I got back on the TID, everybody, I'm like, what the score is? So they like, they say 22-2. They say 22-10. They say, y'all got that, Duval? I said, that's what I'm talking about,
That's
man.
what you talking about.
You know, so everybody know. Everybody know, man. You know, we going through a slump, man. So, yeah, like I say, man, a couple of us, we got our chest out right now, man, and at least walking around with a smile on our face for another week. And I ain't scared of Green Bay, bro.
No.
Like, let Green Bay come down.
Okay.
Come on. Let them come down and let's just run the ball. I say run the ball and then play action them. Do what you do, man. But we can't be scared of them, man. They just went to the wire with Houston, and we damn near beat Houston anyway. Just let's play our game, man. That's all we gotta do, man.
I feel like Naya's got a good offensive game plan. If the Jags can be patient for another life plus 20, they should just hire Naya to be the offensive coordinator and get rid of Press Taylor. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that.
And the general manager, man.
Okay,
Straight up,
double
man.
dip. Okay, I got you.
Hey, let me say this real quick before I get off, right?
Go ahead.
Now, look, bro. This is something me and my brother was mad last year about, man. You had Brian Branch sitting there for us to take him in the second round, man.
I'm with you on this one, Naya.
Brian Branch, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We straight left Brian Branch out there, man. And look, Brent Strange, he did his thing when he came through for Evan Ingram, man. But he's not on the field constantly. He's not no starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We needed that in the secondary. So we left that boy out there, and now he's doing his thing for Detroit.
Yeah.
And Tyler Lacey. What's up with Tyler Lacey? And just like I heard y'all talk about Mason Smith.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's a second round draft pick, man. We ain't using them.
I feel like we're saying it too much. I feel like we're talking about too many of these second and third rounders who aren't starters or significant impact players these days.
Right. And that's wasted. Those wasted draft picks, man.
Yeah.
That we could have went ahead and got some usage out of.
Hey, Naya,
that's what it is, bro. I know.
Before
Go ahead.
Before we let you leave, man, something that confused me and Brian, although I'm sure it has to do with something inside the prison. What's the job inside the prison? What do they usually have you on?
Oh, yeah, man. I work up in the kitchen, man.
Oh, that's the job. That's the job. That's where movers and shakers go. Come on, Naya. That's the job.
You already know, man.
That's right.
You already know, man.
People dying to work in that kitchen. Naya's like, no thanks. Got it on lock.
I might got a little bit of power for real, man.
Yeah, man.
You might got a little bit of power for real. Okay.
Man, listen, man. Don't tell everybody, man. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. Appreciate the call, Naya.
That's
Thank
what
you
it
so
is,
much.
though, man. All right, man. I appreciate y'all boys, man.
All right, man.
See you around. Stay up. Man, always love a good call from Naya.
What's it with the Aaron Schachter show and the people that are either involved or adjacent to the show being chefs and cooks? It's Naya working in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Jordana, when she's not shooting the guns in the military, she's in the kitchen before she shoots.
Thank you for your service, Specialist Jordana.
Now bring me that omelet, please, if you don't mind, ma'am.
If you don't mind, yeah.
Okay, because What's the deal, Aaron?
And then isn't there another listener who does food?
Oh, yeah, Solid Take.
Oh, Solid Take does barbecue.
He go slaughter the whole pig and cow and drag it to, his smokers.
We should give him some love here. Do you remember the name of his?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, in the commercial break, we'll go find it.
Yeah, Solid Take. And you know what? We would say it more if there was some free barbecue ever coming this way. Not free,
Brian's
but
I would do a whole commercial with burnt ends in my mouth.
I'll do a live read. You hear me?
While the pig is doing the dead read. I understand.
We don't got to talk to sales about this. They don't pay attention. Never mind.
We get paid in Souse. That's how we get paid.
Ooh, and what?
In Souse.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Boy.
Good answer. Good answer.
Now we talking.
Yeah.
Now we talking.
Yeah, boy.
Man, that is actually a really good point. Brian, Solid Take should be bringing some food by here all the time.
I mean, listen, the next time we do a remote, I know you were at the
a remote? Oh, at the
you
fair?
Were at the fair.
You can't bring the food into the fair.
No.
I'll tell you what we should do.
Okay. Let's go.
That's enough out of you.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what we should do.
What's that?
The show debuted last February.
Did it?
Yeah.
It did, like the 14th or 15th.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was the 12th. But yeah, something like that. So we should throw like a birthday party where you, me, and all 5 of the folks who call in every day get together and enjoy some of that food.
And how are we just send in a plate with aluminum foil tonight? Like, how's that work?
Oh, yeah. We'd probably have to do it in Maryland. Like a road show. Take a whole caravan.
That's a super remote right there.
Maybe he can get on Teams like it's COVID all over again. A little Zoom call with Naya. We call the warden down there, see if we can work something out.
Sorry, man. I'm so, like, all over the place. The craziest thing that I think I've heard in a while is that somebody has large underarms. I don't understand how that works. And listen, that makes no sense to the listeners.
None.
That was a great conversation.
Sure.
But I looked up again, and
you saw the large underarms.
And I was just like, and then I thought about the way that you described how when the person handed something to somebody, and I'm like, the underarm isn't really a... okay, anyway, but
as you get older, Brian, you don't know this yet because you're still in your mid-30s. As you get older, under your arms, more so in women than men, I think it has to do with our muscle and bone structure.
Mm-hmm.
But you end up getting a little bit of flappy flaps under the arms. Okay. Know what I mean?
I don't. I mean, yeah, I guess I do if I sit down and think about it. But
wings.
Red Bulls.
Yeah, but you don't need a Red Bull for these kind of wings.
You just need
to be older.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Skin's loosening up a little bit.
Loose skin.
Maybe you gain a little weight.
Yeah, now we talking. That's what.
Not always. Sometimes there are thinner, older people who've got the wings. The person you happen to be referencing had a lot of meat in those wings. You feed a whole village for days with those wings. This ain't no regular chicken wing we're talking about.
To this day.
It's like a plain wing on that thing.
Filled with like the steroid injected wings.
Oh, I mean, I don't know about steroids.
Yeah, the ones where they give them the
those wings looked organic, not performance enhanced.
That's incredible. I only wish that I could give people, the true context.
They get it. You get it. I don't know if any of you had a mom or a grandmother. You get it.
All right, you're just pushing. You just keep going down. Keep kicking the ball. Yeah, go ahead.
It's there.
But yeah, I definitely want a solid take, man. Let's work out a deal.
I refuse to let you go to break before we hear from Jameis Winston, if you don't mind.
We got 90 seconds.
All right. Here comes Jameis Winston talking about Deshaun Watson. Granted, Deshaun Watson goes down yesterday with an Achilles tear. The entire stadium first booed when Deshaun Watson hit the ground, and then when he was carted off, got really happy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They all started cheering this man's season-ending injury, if not career-ending injury. Now, look, a lot of people would say Deshaun Watson's earned it by being an accused rapist 27 times over. Not a lot of people agreed with that yesterday on the Cleveland Browns. Guys like Myles Garrett and a few other players came forward, and they were like, what are you doing, guys? Well, we are very disappointed in the way you're reacting right now. Enter Jameis Winston with Sunday's sermon.
The way I was raised, I was taught to love no matter the circumstances, especially for people who do right by you. I'm grateful that I had a chance to serve Deshaun. But
serving Deshaun, it's a bit of a interesting way to say I'm the backup quarterback on the Cleveland Browns.
Deshaun, but I am very upset with the reaction to a man that has had the world against him.
I mean, for reasons. It's not like the world decided to pick on Deshaun Watson.
For the past 4 years, and he put his body and life on the line for this city.
No.
No?
No.
No.
I mean, he put his body and life on the line.
Yeah.
Not for Cleveland.
That's the team he's playing for.
Yeah, no, he put it on the line for $270 million guaranteed.
All right, Aaron, but the point still stands. He's doing it because he's playing for the Cleveland Browns.
No. But Jameis's point is that he's doing it for Cleveland.
Well, first of all, we don't know the ultimate premise that Deshaun is playing for. So we can't say definitively he's not. But no, I'm leaning in your camp.
this
But
dude,
I think that you're being nitpicky because it's like, name me a guy in the NFL that's not that you would say, you know what? Nah, he's doing it for that city. Or you don't think not a one player.
None guys.
Oh, okay, never mind then. You're consistent. I thought you were going to be like, but this guy over here, he did it for.
Trevor Lawrence, one of the nicest dudes I've ever heard speak at an NFL podium. He ain't playing for free.
If that contract wasn't right.
He ain't playing for free. What are you talking about?
He'd be like, I love my time here in Jacksonville. On to the free.
Out of here with that nonsense.
City. Every single day, regardless of your perception, regardless of what you thought should happen with him, he committed every single day.
Crimes? No. He's talking what? About commitment? Okay. Just checking.
That I've been here to be the best that he can be for this team. And I know I come from the deep south, Birmingham, Alabama, Belsham, Alabama. So I know the standard that hungry fans want.
Now, he's not wrong about this.
That's
These Alabama college football fans, he gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it.
But the way I was raised, I will never pull on a man when he's down. But I will.
You all right, Bri?
What?
You okay? You're making a face. Radio can't see the face.
It's fine. The stream can.
Okay.
Pull on a man when he's down.
What?
What? What was that?
I will never pull on a man when he's down.
Pause.
But I will be the
relax, Brian.
Man, hell no.
Person to lift him up. And that all of us have unique experiences. All of us have circumstances, conditions, and facts that we face every single day.
By the way, Jameis going off the top of the head with this.
I know there's no script, no teleprompter.
Nothing.
No verbal crutch.
This whole clip is like 3 minutes. He doesn't even pause to think about it. There's no uhs, none of that. This man is preaching.
To lift him up. And that all of us have unique experiences. All of us have circumstances, conditions, and facts that we face every single day. And I pride myself in being a man of increase and being a man that wants the best out of everybody. I tell myself every morning what I want for myself, I want for everyone. And I do not want the treatment that Deshaun Watson has received from these passionate fans.
All right, so I'm with him on that. Nobody wants the treatment Deshaun Watson has received, but nobody also wants the treatment that Sean Watson is alleged to have given. And so one might argue one begets the other. The former begets the latter.
From these passionate fans. I know you love this game.
By the way, Jameis Winston out here trying not to get on the wrong side of the fans.
Yeah, he's like, nah, that's enough defending.
He's like,
now let me.
I want to defend Deshaun, but you guys are great too, so, you know.
I know you love this game. So when I first got here, I knew these were some amazing fans. But Deshaun was treated badly. And now he has to overcome another obstacle.
Yeah, third in 3.5 years, 4 years?
I tell myself every morning what I want for myself, I want for everyone. And I do not want the treatment that Deshaun Watson has received from these passionate fans. I know you love this game. So when I first got here, I knew these were some amazing fans. But Deshaun was treated badly. And now he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up. And I'm going to be there for him.
Yep.
Because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works. And I know who he is as a person and as an NFL quarterback. And that's all I have to say to address him. I'm sending up my prayers. I already prayed for his leg. And I will continue
to pray for his leg. Thoughts and prayers to the leg of Deshaun Watson. Not necessarily to the rest of the body parts, because we know what kind of trouble those things get into. But to the leg, we'd like to offer up thoughts and prayers. And on that somber note, let's go to break, Brian. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. One more segment to go. Can we get fired in the next 15 minutes? We will find out.
We? Nah, dog.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join us all season long as we get you ready for primetime NFL action every Monday night. Along with Kevin Harlan, Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, and the entire Westwood One team will take you inside the locker rooms and the stadiums for exclusive previews and all the play-by-play action. Every week on Monday Night Football.
Jacksonville's home for Monday Night Football is right here on ESPN 690.
Fall is a busy time, and selling your home can be overwhelming. Get a guaranteed cash offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home stress-free. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our guaranteed offer is the easiest way to sell your home. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer in your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Chris, said, selling our 16-year-old home was quick thanks to the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. We avoided the stress of showings, constant cleaning, and negotiations. Their guaranteed offer was beyond what we were hoping for. We've been in business for nearly 30 years and have served over 58,000 satisfied clients, so we know what matters most: a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Hey, football fans, looking for the ultimate game day experience? Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. We're talking big plays on the big screens, food specials that'll make your taste buds cheer, and drink deals that'll keep your spirits high. And get this, we're open till 4 a.m., serving food and drinks until 2. Make the smart play. Head to Best Bet St. Augustine and ante up for your team. Find us at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet St. Augustine, where every game day is a win.
Hey, I'm Roy Wood Jr. For 80 years, the United Negro College Fund has helped more than 500,000 students get to and through college. African-American parents like me want our children to live out their dreams, and those dreams might include college. UNCF works diligently to make sure our kids get a chance at a college education. Visit uncf.org today and learn how UNCF can help you and your kids make dreams a reality. Because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
David Ammon here with Zero Res. Ammon, I can't believe it's been 20 years since we started Zero Res. Do you remember? You were only 7 years old and we had you cleaning the vans after school.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I've always had a job that taught me to work hard, take care of things, and to appreciate our good customers.
October is birthday month for Zero Res, so what are we doing for our customers?
Just say Happy Birthday Zero Res and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile and grout, upholstery, or area rugs.
Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
O'Reilly! Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE-certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Cox Media Group encourages you to make a difference for those impacted by Hurricanes Milton and Helene. Donate now at redcross.org or unitedwaynefl.org. We are Jacksonville. We are Cox Media Group.
Me and Brian Middleton taking you guys up until 5 p.m. And then, Brian, I know we've got some kind of sports activity on the schedule for tonight.
Monday Night Football. Aaron Schachter. Coverage starts at 7:30 here on ESPN 690.
There are 2 games on the schedule. Do you happen to know which one we're carrying?
Not the Arizona Cardinal. No, not the Chargers one. Yeah, not that one. That starts at 9 o'clock, I believe. We're carrying Baltimore. Yeah.
That'll be a good game.
Is it Tampa? Baltimore, Tampa?
And then you've got, I believe...
Yeah.
Tampa. And then you've got World Series action this week, do you not?
Yeah, if ESPN, if Jeff gets back to me, if he got a time.
Listen, Doug.
Game 1.
Listen, Doug, it's a team effort.
Game 1, allegedly, now is on Friday. Well, Aaron, they sent me something as recent as, I believe, last week where it said the World Series could have started on today.
Well, depending on if, the Mets lost earlier and stuff like that, or the Yankees beat the Guardians, that kind of thing.
But I believe World Series action, I have to look again, is on Friday at 8. Game
Yankees,
1.
Dodgers, 2 of the worst teams in existence of sports history.
I was hoping for a Subway Series, but this is going to be a good one, too. This is going to be really good.
Good versus evil. A lot of star power is really what it comes down to,
right?
It's enough of that. Thank you. Here's the thing. They say big markets get big ratings, but no one's really watching the Baseball World Series.
You don't think so?
I mean, relative to young Sheldon, yes, people are watching. But relative to...
Why are we shooting at young Sheldon? What's that?
The show's corny. I would never watch that show.
Really?
But relative to other championship series, the NBA Finals or the Super Bowl or the NFL playoffs, I mean, baseball is like a distant third there. It's no hockey.
They definitely going to smoke the WNBA Finals ratings.
I don't think that's extremely hard. Although WNBA picked up some momentum.
Live on air? That's what you're saying?
I did just say it. But they did pick up some momentum this year for sure. I bet you they had the highest ratings for the WNBA Finals they've ever had.
Yeah, I think it was I can't remember.
Just in time for a players' strike, by the way. They've opted out of their CBA.
Yeah. And I was like, calm down. First of all, I still read the headlines, and apparently there still was $40 million lost this season.
You mean in terms of profit margin? The league lost $40 million when it was all said and done.
Yeah, they didn't make money. Still, they just didn't make less money than normal this season.
So
it's trending in the right direction.
Trending.
Now, if next season it's only $10 million in a loss.
That's impressive.
Then I'm like, all right, coordinate whatever you got to for the new CBA.
Okay.
Do what you got to do.
But you don't think they should be threatening to strike when they're still losing $40 million?
You ain't making money. Who's paying y'all? Capital One? How are they paying y'all?
Well, government buyout, Brian.
Playing with, all right, y'all gonna play around with the NBA. I know you guys got your own commissioner or whatever, but it's an arm of the NBA, the WNBA, at least at this point in time.
Yeah, side business.
Y'all keep playing with the NBA and give some of these people who got some real power a way out. All gonna be playing over there in Europe. You better stop playing. I want to see Caitlin play.
We were talking earlier this year how embarrassingly low some of those salaries are. That the fines were bigger than maybe a yearly salary sometimes.
We did do those jokes. Well, Angel Reese was just complaining that her WNBA salary, which is $75,000.
Oh, she clearly can't afford those eyelashes on that money.
All right, I'm getting.
No, those are big.
I'm getting out of this.
Those are just the biggest eyelashes I've ever seen.
Because you've done well so far in your career.
Have I?
You can Garrett Wilson bounce the ball off. You know what I mean? Like you could be Teflon, and the ceiling will be lowered on me if the wrong thing is joked about. And you're gonna say something funny, and I'm gonna laugh.
Eyelashes the wrong thing?
I'm gonna laugh. Nah, I know how this avenue goes, Aaron.
True or false, Brian? Does she wear fake eyelashes?
I'm not there. Probably, but I'm not there. I don't know.
Oh, allegedly.
A lot of women do.
Allegedly.
A lot of women do.
Allegedly. This has been a fun show, Brian. I didn't expect that. I thought you were going to bore me today, but you impressed me.
Hey, man.
I appreciate
man.
that.
I'm glad you made it in, man.
You want to hear something amazing?
I don't know.
We're back tomorrow for another 2 hours.
People around Jacksonville have stopped driving. They're like, what?
2 days in a row, we're doing 2 full shows. And I got news for you.
No.
I think we're doing it again Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That'd
the
be
elusive
incredible.
Full week.
Both of us, though?
Well,
Both of us?
I haven't checked in with you. I really don't know. You may change those plans for me. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. on ESPN 690. Stick around tonight for a little bit of NFL Monday Night Football action on ESPN 690. Otherwise, have a good one.
I'm Action News Jack's First Alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Weather here is unique. It could be bright and sunny one minute and then a downpour the next. That's why mornings are when you need us the most. So you can plan your day, no matter if you're getting ready to go to work or working from your living room, getting the kids ready for school or ready for lunchtime. I'm on TV explaining how weather is going to affect your day and night ahead, so you're prepared for anything. I'll get you ready on Action News Jax this morning.
Hey, boss. You're late. Sit down. We gotta talk about some news I heard about Safe Touch Security today.
Look, boss, I stopped by the bakery and got some pumpkin donuts.
Donuts?
Boss, pumpkin is a fruit, therefore these are healthy.
Sounds logical to me. All right, so here's the latest. Safe Touch now has these video doorbells with advanced analytics, and they're offering them for free. Mr. Jackson hates me.
Boss, my Vipassana meditation coach told me to let go of that you cannot control.
What is in those donuts?
Seriously, it's kind of like don't sweat the small stuff.
It's not small. Safe Touch has a two-way communicator, the guaranteed response, and now this.
Oh yeah, I guess more folks getting Safe Touch means less business for us.
Exactly. Now grab your donuts, pumpkin breath. We gotta go find some more houses without Safe Touch.
Coming, boss.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson with Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Right now, get a free video doorbell with advanced analytics. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-2049.
Hey, this is Bruce.
And I'm Carrie.
We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Fall is finally here, and hopefully so are milder temperatures. But don't wait to insulate your home. Take advantage of 20% savings off our summer rates and start saving on those utility bills now and all those hot summers to come.
Give us a call and set up your free evaluation at 679-6282 or find us online at koalainsulation.com.
Rich Jones here. If you're an investor who's interested in doing well while doing good, getting solid returns on your investments while making a positive impact, consider investment funds with DLP Capital. Here's Don Winter, CEO of DLP Real Estate Capital, to tell you more.
With the current housing shortage in the U.S., investing in real estate, especially workforce housing, is one of the safest and most reliable places to invest. We invest in affordable housing for hardworking people and generate amazing returns for each of our investors.
To get your investor's guide and find out more, dial **invest from your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley.
Hi, Ken.
Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see. Hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
I'm Christine Lisi. After missing the last 4 games with the third diagnosed concussion of his NFL career, Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa will return to practice this week. Teams aiming for him to play Sunday against the Cardinals. Today, Tua addressed those worried about him playing again.
I appreciate your concern. I really do. I love this game, and I love it to the death of me. That's it.
Tua Tagovailoa. An MRI revealed Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has a ruptured right Achilles. His season's over. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels week to week with a rib injury. Team hoping he can play Sunday against Chicago. Seahawks receiver DK Metcalf has a grade 1 sprain of the MCL. He's week to week. NBA, the Magic signing guard Jalen Suggs to a 5-year, $150 million extension, reports ESPN's Shams Charania. WNBA Players Union opted out of the current CBA, faces the prospect of a work stoppage if a new labor deal is not negotiated by the end of the 2025 season. Baseball, Yankees lefty Nestor Cortez likely will be on the World Series roster. He's been on the injured list with a flexor strain in his pitching elbow.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Tuesday. Lions, Packers, Commanders. I'll tell you which team now sits atop my challengers to the Chiefs at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Halloween is just around the corner, but Huluween is here. Hulu is the streaming home to fresh fall releases that'll creep under your skin, like Immaculate starring Sydney Sweeney, FX's American Horror Stories, the new thriller film Hold Your Breath starring Sarah Paulson, and FX's chilling horror thriller Grotesquerie. So snuggle into your couch with a pumpkin spice latte and watch all your scary favorites. Turn your Halloween into Huluween and stream till you scream on Hulu.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Live from the Anajar and Levine studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
It's Happy Hour with Herm.
The always fantastic Herm Edwards played in the NFL, coached in the NFL, now does a great job talking football as an ESPN NFL analyst.